When you go to a website that has a certain advertiser, what that advertiser will often do, in addition to loading a banner ad or some other sort of ad for you, is it will give you a cookie, which is a piece of data that your browser stores for the entire, basically forever, until you personally delete it. Some cookies have expirations, but most of them just stay in your browser until you remember to clear them. So it'll give you a cookie, and it'll say your user 7,562. And then the next time you go to a website that has that same ad, it will say, hey, do you have any cookies from us? And then you'll give them back this one. And you're like, oh, your user is 7,562. We remember that you went to this other website. And then you go to enough sites and they know a lot of the web pages you are on when you surf the web. And that's one way you can be tracked around the internet. So these advertisers track you, these analytics engines track you, et cetera, et cetera. And more often than not, they'll sell your information, they'll share it with other advertisers. So pretty soon, a single advertiser knows all of the places you're browsing online. And we think that this sort of has a chilling effect on people. They know they're being tracked online and they're afraid to look at things that might reflect poorly on them. And so what Privacy Badger does is it keeps track of who sends you third-party requests. And if someone gives you a tracking cookie, a cookie that's long enough to be uniquely identifiable, then if we notice that that source is requesting it from multiple pages as you surf the web, we will block all. What Privacy Badger does is it blocks all requests from them in the future. One of the future things we want to do with Privacy Badger is to include blocking of super cookies along with the blocking of cookies. The other thing is cookies aren't the only way for someone to know who you are online. There's what's called browser fingerprinting, where a advertiser or a first or third party content provider can request information about your browser. For example, like how big is your screen? What sort of fonts do you have? Like what can I display when I'm displaying this website? But that information has been shown to be uniquely identifying. The EFF has a project called Panopticlick, where we took a survey of a bunch of web users and we took just this basic information, font, browser version number, screen size, just that sort of information. And we were able to uniquely identify most of the users who sent back information. And so one of the things we want to build into Privacy Badger in the future is also defense against browser fingerprinting. The idea is twofold. It's to stop malicious tracking, and it's to get people who are tracking to reform their ways and to respect people's privacy and anonymity